here at the Big A tonight. A very warm night for baseball as the Angels and Seattle Mariners wrap up a 3-game series at Angel Stadium. Happy to have you with us, everybody. Rory Marcus, along with Mark Gubicza. Tonight, the Angels go for the sweep over the Mariners. As of last night, Gooby, it seemed as if the Angel offense was coming back to life.
Yeah, it looked like they were finally getting some good swings, particularly in that first inning when Kenny Morales had an opportunity to be able to drive some runs in, and he did not miss. Fastball on the outside part of the plate at the left center field. Cleared the bases, a 3-run double, giving Kendry 98 RBIs on the season, but they needed some insurance. And Juan Rivera hit his 22nd home run, a 2-run shot there in the bottom of the 8th. The offense coming through with 6 runs. They held up with that lead and able to keep that 4.5 game lead on the Texas Rangers.
The offense, yes, but the pitching continues to be there for the Angels. Weaver, the winner last night. Tonight, John Lackey goes out there for the Angels.
Boy, he's been throwing the ball so well of late. The velocity on the fastball, anywhere between 92 and 93, and that curveball has been devastating, throwing that changeup in there. Above all, his last 17 innings, he's been throwing the ball exceptionally well, being that number one, that ace that Mike Scioscia needs as part of this 5-man rotation, setting up perfectly for the playoff run here for the Angels. And John Lackey, 9-7 record, good ERA, 3.74. But what impresses you most, besides getting his 100th career victory, is the fact he's 11-9 against the M's in his career, including 3 shutouts against him. So the perfect guy to be able to finish off this week.
Well, the Angels and John Lackey will go for that tonight. This pennant race continues right through September, and tonight the Angels do go for the sweep against the Mariners, trying to make it 3 in a row before the White Sox come in over the weekend. It's the Angels and Mariners coming up next. official appliance and flat screen superstores of the Angels. And by Carl's Jr., the teriyaki $6 burger with grilled pineapple, back at Carl's Jr. After a hot day in Southern California, it turned into a beautiful night here at Angel Stadium for the Angels and Seattle Mariners to wrap up this three-game series. The Angels going for the sweep. They start the night 4.5 games ahead of Texas. Ichiro at the top of the lineup for the Mariners as usual. Franklin Gutierrez, Jose Lopez. Junior's batting cleanup tonight. Adrian Beltre and Bill Hall. The bottom third is Mike Karp, Kenji Jojima, and Josh Wilson for Seattle.
Well, and they're going to face John Lackey, who's been outstanding in his last 17 innings pitched. That's covering 2 games. He allowed 1 earned run. He got his 100th career win just a couple games ago. 10 strikeouts in those 17. He's only 2 walks. So the command of the zone has been there for John Lackey. The movement on the fastball and that curveball. Getting the big punch outs with that pitch. Setting himself up for that big stretch run here for John Lackey.
Outfield for the Angels tonight, Rivera, Hunter, and Abreu. And on the infield, it's Figgins, Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Morales. And tonight, Jeff Mathis catching John Lackey.
Wait, Howie Kendrick back in the lineup playing second base. Doing a solid job since being recalled from AAA. The bat has come to life and playing some solid defense, turning some double plays. We'll be active with John Lackey because John's been working to pitch into contact and getting those ground balls.
Ichiro to lead off against John Lackey here in the top of the first inning. Ichiro's been quiet in this series, but he's having another tremendous year, hitting .357, and the first pitch is ball 1. Ichiro has 196 hits this year, so when he gets 4 more, that'll be all 9 seasons with the Mariners that he's had 200 or more. Rivera trying to reach in and get it, but it's out of play. There's only one player who has had more than 9 in a row, and that was Pete Rose. So as long as Ichiro stays healthy, he'll probably set that record.
It's amazing, his play coverage, especially for a guy that's flying open. It's going down the first base line as he swings.
Lackey, good fastball, strike 2. Rivera came pretty close to this one.
Nice job of getting by the wall and just barely got off the end of his glove. Long way to go, too, on that foul ball by Ichiro.
And he strikes out swinging. The Angel pitchers have done a tremendous job on Ichiro in this series.
Boy, what they've been doing so well is they start him off to the outside corner and then throw fastballs in and finish him off with curveballs in the dirt. And Ichiro has not been able to hold off and not swing at those pitches that are out of the zone. So, but the key is for that is to be able to throw that fastball prior to that in the inside corner. Howard Exmo shows how the back foot move out of the way and then the hands come off the bat. Great breaking ball by John Lackey.
Ichiro has just 1 hit in the series. That was last night. Franklin Gutierrez takes strike 1.
Amazing, though, the Angels have struck him out leading all 3 games so far. Amazing.
One ball, 1 strike to Gutierrez. Well, Ichiro was hitless Tuesday, got a hit last night, so he has still gone 165 consecutive games without going back-to-back games hitless. And there's another strikeout for John Lackey, who gets Gutierrez.
Well, the amazing thing is this season has gone long. Generally, you see pitchers lose some velocity on his fastball, but that's not been the case for John Lackey. His fastball has been consistent, getting up there to 93 to 94. Elevates that fastball on the outside part of the plate by Gutierrez for a strikeout.
Could that be because he didn't pitch much in the first 2 months?
Possibly feeling better. Sometimes it works to your benefit if you do miss those beginning of the season there, although you don't want to. but you're going to be stronger for the stretch run, and particularly if you get into the postseason.
Jose Lopez up there for the Mariners. One ball, one strike to Lopez. Just off the plate, 2-1. Two balls, two strikes to Lopez, who had a home run here last night and has a career high 23 this year.
Lopez is susceptible to the breaking pitch, particularly if you can throw it down and away. I'm going to go with that slide on the outside part.
That was certainly down and away.
Tried it a little bit too far off the plate, but still planted a seed in his mind right now. He's, again, you go right back out with that slider on the outside corner, or because he's looking out over the plate, you can get him in that fastball inside.
3-2 to Lopez.
Going with the fastball.
Tapped back to Lackey. And John has a very easy 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first against the Mariners. For the first, with a couple of strikeouts and a comebacker. Now the Angels bat in the bottom of the inning. Figgins, Ibar, and Abreu at the top here in the first inning. Vladdy in the cleanup spot. Torrey Hunter, Juan Rivera. Kendry Morales having that kind of a year and hitting 7th in this lineup. Howie Kendrick and Jeff Mathis at the bottom. Against Ryan Roland Smith.
Ryan Roland Smith doesn't throw particularly hard, 86 to 90. He's got a curveball and a slider. His best pitch probably is changeup. He doesn't have a true strikeout pitch. He's a guy definitely will pitch to contact.
And Figgins takes strike one. Figgy hitting .303. Ryan Roland Smith, born in Sydney, Australia. 26-year-old lefty. He has spent his entire pro career in the Mariners organization. Rich Thompson, a fellow Aussie. Strike two to Figgins.
is Rich, who rejoined the club when the season ended for Salt Lake City in AAA.
Sean might have helped out Roland Smith there in that fastball that was up out of the zone. Didn't really want to swing at it, but fouled it off. You get on base. Pretty difficult guy to steal against, though, Roland Smith. He's got a good move at first.
Well, not only is he from Australia, but he is the first player in baseball history to have a hyphenated last name. For whatever that's worth.
Wow, you are a plethora of information, Rory.
Figgins goes down on strikes. Defensively, for the Mariners tonight, they have Hall, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in the outfield. 8 straight Gold Gloves for Ichiro. Beltre has had 2 in a row. And Jojima is catching Ryan Roland Smith.
Boy, Ichiro last night, that peak on Vlad Guerrero and, of course, Bobby Bray and that whole team was able to, thought he was going to catch that fly ball.
Here's a bunt drive by Ibar and a base hit for Ibar. He's become one of the best bunters in baseball.
Well, he leads the majors now. That's 18 bunt hits. And also now 28 infield hits in the season. That's just perfect. You can't bunt a ball any better than that when you're trying to push it by a left-handed pitcher to make the first baseman field it. So a left-handed pitcher will always fall towards third base. So if you can bunt it to the right side, you have a great chance.
Bobby Abreu up there. Well, Ibar is hitting .305. Now take away 18 hits, and it's not nearly as impressive, but there he is with 18 bunt singles on the season. You would think more players would do it, wouldn't you?
Utilize your speed. If you have that ability to get a bunt down, and Alfredo Griffin works with him a lot. You can, even if you're in a slump and you had some good speed, you can just lay down that bunt, improve the batting average. And that's what Eric Ibar's been able to do the whole season.
Alfredo Griffin, one of the unsung heroes of the Angel team. I mean, look how well the infield has performed. Abreu bounces one to Lopez at second, and the Mariners turn a double play. So we've played 1 inning at the Big A tonight. No score. That's why we have you here.
Look at that. It's a Howard Expo showing how that propeller just goes around nice and slow and down, Rory. It's amazing.
Yep. More good analysis from you. Thank you.
I studied that for quite a while. I know you sleep easy every night knowing that I'm going to help you out through the tough times.
Here's Junior leading off the second inning for the Mariners. You're right. It's good to have somebody to turn to when things really get difficult.
Yep.
1-1 to Ken Griffey Jr. He has 14 home runs this season.
Well, Hines Ward decided to come over and watch a baseball game instead of playing that first game of the season for the Super Bowl champs.
Well, he had such good seats, he couldn't pass it up. There's one line to third softly by Griffey, right to Figgins.
Talking about setting up the defense perfectly. Ron Renneke, bench coach for the Angels, had that set up right. Because Sean Figgins playing well off the bag. And a somewhat shift against Ken Griffey Jr. Able to make that play on that line drive, which normally would have been in the hole for a base hit.
He didn't even have to move his feet.
It's perfect alignment of the defense.
Beltre pops one foul. Beltre's at 261 with 5 home runs. One ball, one strike. Out of play. 1-2. The Texas Rangers have the day off today. An Angel win would put them 5 games up. Howie Kendrick will take care of Beltre. 2 down. 5 in a row, set down by John Lackey to start the game.
Just like Jared Weaver last night, locating his fastball both inside and outside, and using that secondary pitches, also being the curveball and the slider here early in the game, getting some quick outs. Great job by Jared last night, getting his 50th career win. John Lackey just a couple starts ago got his 100th career win.
Bill Hall, the Mariner left fielder now. We'll see if Hall rejuvenates his career in a way coming over to the American League.
Well, his last 11 games, you see that ERA under 1.6 since Scott Kazmir came around.
A shot into left center field by Hall will roll all the way to the wall. First hit of the ball game. It's a 2-out double for Hall. It looked for a while, Gooby, like he might be a star that would stay with the Milwaukee Brewers for quite a while, but things didn't turn out that way.
I think when it came down to Rory, he was trying to find a position. You know, they had him playing in the infield at third base. They moved him to the outfield. He just never seemed to be at this point where he was comfortable. And he was able to get that pitch out over the plate and drove that ball very well. And John Lackey was asking Jeff Mathis where exactly that pitch was located because he thought he executed it well. Just a good swing by Bill Hall.
Mike Carp up there now. The Mariners, with runners in scoring position in this series, do not have a hit. They've gone 0 for 15 in this category. And predictably, they've lost both of the first 2 games.
Wakamatsu's done a great job, though, with this team. Consider their offense. They've scored over 200 less runs than the Angels. But they've stayed in this race, particularly in the wild card race there for most of the season with their pitching. Okay. Particularly their starting and the back end of their bullpen. And a lot of one-run games.
And they've won a lot of one-run games. Right now they're 72 and 68. So they have 22 games left. They've lost 4 in a row. So obviously prior to that they were 8 games over 500, which isn't bad at all for a team that lost over 100 last year. 1-2 to Mike Carp. And Lackey gets him looking. The third strikeout for Lackey. He gets Carp after giving up the 2-out double. And the Mariners still don't have a hit with a runner in scoring position this series. The Big A, as Vlad Guerrero gets set to lead off for the Angels. Vladdy had a couple of hits in last night's game. And he was on base 3 times. Backhanded nicely by Wilson at shortstop. High throw, but he still gets it. Good play by Wilson at shortstop.
Well, the ball was hit hard too. Josh Wilson able to make the play and just throw across to get Vlad, but Vlad squared that up very well.
Torii Hunter has won the Branch Rickey Award this year, and now he's nominated for the Roberto Clemente Award, which just tells you how much Torii does away from Angel Stadium, out in the community, and I haven't seen too many players better around kids than Torii.
He's just a great human being. What he's been able to do for some kids that don't really get an opportunity to go to baseball games or play on a baseball field. He's all those opportunities. Some of his friends around Major League Baseball to give kids that might not have a chance to play the game of baseball that opportunity.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Torii Hunter. Fly ball center field. Gutierrez has a play, 2 down. Now it's time for our Lexus Pursuing Perfection. We mentioned Roberto Clemente a moment ago. One of the all-time greats, no question about it.
Well, I remember that World Series against Baltimore in which Pittsburgh was the underdog and they came out and won that series. He had one of the best arms the game has ever seen. Could run, hit for power, hit for average. 5-tool player, one of the all-time great players. Great human being also. It's an amazing thing. He got his 3,000th hit and then died in a plane crash that winter.
Trying to help.
Yes, yeah. And they were telling him that it was just, it was bad weather going out there, but he was determined to try to do whatever he could to help people down there in Nicaragua. But this was an unbelievable 15-time All-Star, 4 batting titles. We always talk about Vlad and his arm strength, but Roberto Clemente, his arm strength was legendary.
Juan Rivera grounds out to Beltre to end the bottom of the 2nd. We've played 2 innings, no score at the Big A. Dealers. See what's new at scforddealers.com. And by Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day. No score, top of the third inning. The team store at Angel Stadium. You can already get All-Star gear there. Next year, the All-Star game is right here. Kenji Jojima leading off the third inning. Takes strike one.
There it is, 2010. We're already gearing up. Major League Baseball had sent some representatives here last week when the club was on the road to get ready. Preparation for that All-Star game has already started.
Well, it starts, I think, the second you're awarded the game. 0-2 to Kenji Jojima. Fly ball right field. Coming in on it, Bobby Abreu. Nice play. Bobby got a nice jump on that ball. Kids, get ready for a straight-A semester with your very own Angels School Supply Kit. Saturday, all kids ages 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free back-to-school supply kit courtesy of Frito-Lay that features a pencil, a pen, a ruler, and more. Great seats for this game are still available. You can get them at angelsbaseball.com. Game time for Saturday is 1:10 in the afternoon.
So if I had that kid, I might have gotten a few A's in, huh, Rory?
No, I don't think so.
That would have helped.
You might have been a little bit neater. That's about it. The batter is Josh Wilson. Great breaking ball by Lackey. 0-2.
Well, now you have options as a pitcher right here. You got a Mo 2, first pitch fastball, then a slider off the outside part of the plate. He'll come inside with that fastball.
Strike three. Wilson takes it for a called third strike, and Lackey strikes out 4, first time through the order.
Boy, if you can, as a pitcher, you can throw the fastball for a strike and then throw a curveball and make the hitter think something away and then to paint some cheese on the inside corner. You can freeze him every time. Great two-seam fastball on the inside corner gets him looking.
4 already. The last 2 have been looking. Ichiro struck out his first time up. 0-1. Two balls into strike to Ichiro. Ichiro will be 36 next month. But just watching him, he looks like he can play another 5 years easily.
Great shape. Hands still super quick. So in the outfield, still that great arm, great instincts.
And strikes out for the second time tonight. 10 batters faced, 5 strikeouts for John Lackey. And no score in the third inning at the Big A.
Boy, Jeff Mathis is setting up these hitters perfectly. John Lackey executes.
Let's take strike one from Ryan Roland Smith, who hasn't been bad himself, giving up just one single so far.
Bam Bam for MVP. There's no doubt in my mind when you look at the best players in the American League this season. You got Joe Mauer, Kenny Morales, Mark Teixeira. Those three guys. Kenny, if you keep up these numbers, for me, he's the MVP of the American League.
And you know, obviously, the Derek Jeter fans will argue with you. And there's a pretty good voting block over in the East Coast.
Yeah, but they can neutralize each other, Jeter and Teixeira. That might be helpful for Kenny Morales. Yeah, no, there's never any East Coast bias.
Oh. Backhanded by Josh Wilson. Another good play by the Mariners shortstop. Well, he took one away from Vladdy, and now he makes a nice play on Morales.
Josh Wilson looks very smooth at shortstop position. First game in, he played second base. Able to backhand that line shot by Kenner. He got himself a good throwing position, threw him out.
Howie Kendrick at the plate for the Angels. 0-1 to Howie, making his first start in this series. Off the glove of Roland Smith, and Beltre can't get him. Infield single for Kendrick.
Well, 7-game hit streak now for Howie. Hit that ball right up the middle. That's what Mickey Hatcher wants out of Howie. Can hit the ball up the middle to right center field. That ball off the glove of Roland Smith, and once it got by him, no chance to get Howie. Mickey looking on. Certain guys, there's certain mechanics you look for as a hitter. And Mickey recognized that with Howie, that inside-out swing is so important for him. He's been doing that now with that 7-game hit streak, 12 for 24 during that streak.
Jeff Mathis hitting .211 as he steps in, batting ninth in the Angel batting order tonight. You, as a pitcher, always appreciated the catcher. This guy has become one of the best in the game behind the plate. Would you agree?
Boy, we were just talking in between innings how good he sets up hitters and how smooth and how quiet he is going from corner to corner to be able to make sure you hit your spots. And that good rhythm he has with his pitchers. Putting down that sign, whether it be a fastball, curveball, or slider. And you see the pitchers is going right with him. The game plan has been set before the game, and they're executing during the game. Same thing with Mike Napoli, another guy that everyone works so well with as far as the staff.
Most teams have a starting catcher and a backup that might play once or twice a week, but this team has two outstanding catchers, two #1 guys.
You got Napoli, not only in Mathis both can catch so well, but Napoli with all the power, and Jeff Mathis has done very well with runners in scoring position. So these guys do the job offensively too. That guy right there was a pretty good catcher in his day.
But it's no secret why the Angels have always had great catchers since Scioscia got here.
When you look at that team when he won the World Series with the Dodgers, they won with pitching and defense, and Mike Scioscia had that big home run against the Mets there to get to the World Series, but the reality was his ability to call games. Well, Hershiser was unbelievable that year, but it's because of the catcher. And Mike Scioscia, Rick Dempsey was also there, another solid defensive catcher.
When the '88 season started, nobody picked the Dodgers. When the '02 season started, nobody picked the Angels. Well, Scioscia has a couple of rings from those two seasons. And he'd like to have one that says '09 on it now. Full count to Jeff Mathis.
But I'm sure Mike Scioscia, we're only worried about today. Not thinking about the World Series in '09 here yet.
He would say that if they told him there's an Amtrak train heading right to your house that it's going to hit tomorrow. He said, well, we're all right today. But you're right. He preaches it, and I think he actually lives it. Just the one game at a time mentality.
But that was great how Torrey said after the game last night. He goes, you know, Jose Mota asked him, "Do you look at the scoreboard?" He goes, "Well, yeah, maybe once or twice." Blake says, he goes, "No, I never look up there."
Three balls and 2 strikes to Jeff Mathis. He has a few things he says. It's gotten to the point where the members of the press kid around with him. Bump in the road, turn the page. Mathis pops one up, foul, out of play. It's not who we're playing or where we're playing, it's how we're playing. And he just repeats them all season long to the point where the guys kind of kid him about it.
Whatever he says works.
It's been working, yeah.
Very successful. Most successful manager in the history of the club.
3-2 to Mathis. And he strikes out swinging on the 10th pitch of the at-bat. So he put up a fight, but Ryan Rowland-Smith eventually got him.
Elevate that fastball up in the zone. A pitch that a hitter loves to swing at, but it's a difficult pitch to be able to catch up to. It looks like it's a big fastball to hit, but when it's up above the letters, it's very difficult to even make contact with.
Sean Figgins struck out his first time up. Figgy lines it to right, but Ichiro is right there. So the Angels get a single, but that's it. And after 3 innings, no score.
Lackey on top of his game here gets Ichiro to swing in a curveball. And Gutierrez on the fastball inside to Carp, another fastball inside to Wilson, and gets Ichiro again for this 5th strikeout of the ball game. Early on, John Lackey locked in. And that is our Jack in the Box outside the box.
5 strikeouts in 3 innings for Big John, and the batter now, Franklin Gutierrez. Gutierrez has 16 home runs, but this is another guy that's a very good bunter. He could certainly bunt for more singles if he wanted to, but there are a lot of players that just don't feel that's part of their game. One ball, one strike. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Mariners due up here in the 4th inning. Gutierrez, Lopez, and Griffey. The pitchers have dominated the first 3 innings. The Mariners have 1 hit. The Angels have 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count now to Franklin Gutierrez.
Last 2 pitches, John, when he was ahead of the count 1-2, overthrew that fastball. He wanted to go inside the pitch before. Throwing it down the way. Now one going back inside as Mike Butcher looks on to see his #1 guy with some great stuff working so far tonight.
Still a full count to Gutierrez. #1 guy, John Lackey. That means your #2 guy is 15-5. Weaver.
Pretty solid rotation.
That's pretty good. And Lackey walks Gutierrez to lead off the 4th inning.
Last inning against Ichiro, John Lackey got ahead, and our Expo shows how well he kept that front shoulder in, got on top of the curveball. Ball gets right out of the fingers. You see Ichiro out in front. The key for a curveball is that we always talk about it as an L shape in your elbow, from your shoulder to your elbow, and then you get the baseball up on top there. To be able to snap it over the top for that curveball to be able to have that good downward action.
Tapped over the mound by Lopez. And the Angels turn a nice double play. Boy, Eric Ibar is having such a great season on both sides of the ball.
Boy, that wasn't an easy double play to turn. Ibar, that ball wasn't hit very hard by Lopez. He was jammed on that fastball, flipped over, and Gutierrez is all over Howie Kendrick, but a quick turn at second base, able to get the 6-4-3 double play. Solid job.
Here's Junior, who lined out to Figgins his first time up.
I said that was not easy because that ball was not hit particularly hard, and Lopez runs pretty well too.
Well, you look at where Figgins is positioned right now, Gooby, a long way off the line, but he was in the perfect spot last time Griffey was up. He hit him a line drive right to him.
Well, a lot of times you think, well, why doesn't Ken Griffey Jr. just lay down a bunt down the third base line? It's an automatic single. Well, with 2 outs and Junior not running like he used to, it would be a mistake for him to try that. Especially when you got 625 career home runs also.
So you're not looking for a bunt right here.
No, you might want to give it to him if he wanted to try it.
He does go that way down the third base line and drops it in there fair. So Griffey goes the opposite way and gets a double out of it.
It was a pretty good fastball right on the outside corner. Junior stayed back. This shows how he was able to let that fastball go deeper in the zone and just go the other way with that swing instead of trying to pull it. If he does, that's a ground ball to second base.
That's the second Mariner hit, both doubles. Beltre up there now.
We talk about the defense, that double play turned by the Angels infielders. It's that double by Junior, meaningless so far.
Beltre pops one up foul. You were talking about Griffey bunting. I can remember a day when Palmeiro was taking batting practice for Texas in his prime. And the Angels always had the shift on when Palmeiro was batting. And he looked over at Socha because he was laying down some bunts during BP. And he said to Mike, "Will you give me this?" And Socha said, "Yep, but you got to do it all 4 times up."
And anytime the guy with that type of power is going to lay down a bunt, you're going to let him do it. Yeah. Chances are he's not going to steal a bag.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Beltre. Check swing, strikes him out. Another punch out for John Lackey ends the inning. They leave Griffey at second, still no score. The majors with 2,001 hits this decade. Which 3 players have 1,000 plus hits with the Angels this decade?
Gary Matthews Jr. got his 1,000 hits recently. Sean Figgins.
I wonder if that counts, because obviously those weren't all with the Angels for Matthews. Eric Ibar is the batter.
Well, he was a member of the Angels when he got it, Rory.
We'll have to go to the judges on that. One ball, 1 strike to Ibar. You know, watching this game, it just feels like we've seen it before. The Angels are in a lot of these types of games lately.
Close games, low scoring games, lots of zeros early on. Well, you're going to see that a lot this time of the year. And of course, hopefully if the Angels get into the postseason, you're going to see a lot of those low scoring games in which games are determined by whether it's a mistake in the field or a bad pitch or just a great swing.
Or in the Angels' case, maybe manufacturing a run somehow. Full count to Ibar. And the leadoff walk, which many times leads to the Angels manufacturing that run. So Ibar's on with nobody out.
It's very difficult to be able to steal a bag off of Brian Rowland-Smith. Don Wakamatsu looks on. Obviously, he'll put some pickoff plays on, maybe a pitch out. But no attempted stolen bases this season against Rowland-Smith so far. Very good move, quick to the plate.
Abreu hit into a double play his first time up. He's closing in on another 100 RBI season. Oh, 0-2. How about Kansas City, your old team, Gooby? They swept the Tigers. They beat Detroit again today, 7-4. But Minnesota couldn't take advantage. They lost in Toronto. Those are the only other games in the American League today. So the Tigers still lead by 5.5.
The Tigers are one of those interesting teams, that may be a dangerous club in the postseason.
Yeah.
The way it's going right now, they're up 5.5. With those pitchers they have, in particular Verlander and Edwin Jackson, that's a dynamic 1-2 punch.
Third to short, or first to short, and back to first for a double play. 3-6-3. Second time tonight, Bobby Abreu has hit into a double play. Let's answer the Aflac trivia question, shall we? Just to see if you were disqualified with your first answer.
Oh, thanks, Rory.
Which three players have 1,000 plus hits with the Angels in this decade? Garrett, Figgy, and Vlad.
Well, I think it Figgins.
Yes. Yes, but by then you were already disqualified.
Thank you. I always can count on you for that support, Rory.
Vladdy up there at the plate. And he lashes a hit into left field. You look at Vlad now, and it seems to be coming to him a little bit.
2 good swings so far in this game for Vlad.
And a couple of hits last night.
That's one. The big thing with Vlad, and Mickey preaches that, he is a guy that's going to swing hard, and occasionally that front shoulder is going to open up. But he stayed intact very well in that swing. Hit that ball on the line into the left field. I'm always talking to Mickey about Vlad, and I always ask, what do you try to tell him? He said it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because he swings at a lot of pitches. But the big mechanism for him, and he does, when he gets on a streak during batting practice, he hits a lot of balls to right field early on, and then works it from there.
Torrey Hunter up there. But that would be tough. I mean, imagine if you're the hitting coach of a team. Great, we got Vlad Guerrero. But if you're the hitting coach, what in the world can you tell him? He's going to swing, you know that.
He's going to swing. He's not going to see many pitches. He's going to swing at breaking balls off the outside corner. He's going to chase fastballs off the plate inside.
He's going to hit pitches off his shoes deep into the ballpark.
I think the biggest thing you look for Vlad, and when he goes on one of his streaks where he's seeing the ball well and driving the ball well, is he starts hitting the ball the other way, and then when the pitches are the inside part, he's got the quick hands to be able to get the fastballs away from his body and still keep it fair.
Yeah, he can hit the baseball and keep it fair on pitches that most hitters would hit way up into the upper deck foul. Torrey Hunter blasts that one into left center field, and the Angels are on the scoreboard. It's a 2-run shot for Torrey Hunter. It snaps. The score was tied 2-0 Angels.
Well, you always can see when a hitter squared up that baseball. As soon as Torrey hit that ball, flipped the bat down, knew he got it. Great swing. Drives that ball at Roland Smith. Now it's given up 8 home runs on the season. And Torrey, number 20. We're also giving him 80 RBIs. Boy, is he having a nice day today. Berto Clemente Award, Branch Rickey Award, now a 2-run homer.
Juan Rivera hits one hard on one hop to the shortstop. The Angels are gone in the 4th inning, but they have taken a quiet night at the Big A and set off some fireworks as Torrey Hunter blasts one out to left center, 2-0. has shut out the Mariners on 2 hits through 4 innings. Now has a 2-run lead to work with. Thanks to Torrey Hunter.
I mean, what a swing he had there on that pitch. Out over the plate, got his arms extended, left center field for the 2-run homer.
Bill Hall has one of the 2 hits off of Lackey, a double in the left center field alley. And now he has 2 hits. Bill Hall with 2 of the Mariners' 3 hits tonight.
Well, a fastball that was up out over the plate, hit right up the middle. Right, he's had a couple real good swings against John Lackey so far in this game.
Mike Karp now, the left-handed hitting first baseman from Long Beach and Lakewood High School. Takes strike 1. That's bounced to Morales. Ibar back to Kendry for the double play.
It's like last inning after leadoff runner. The M's hitting to a double play. Nice turn by Kendry Morales to a ground ball right at him. Still has that good throw over to shortstop to be able to make that strong pivot for Eric Ibar to get 3-6-3 double play.
Well, the Mariners might be a little frustrated here. They have struck out 6 times and hit into a couple of double plays already.
Well, you see how quick Bill Hall had to get down as far as sliding because Eric Ibar was throwing that ball right away to turn that double play.
Kenji Jojima. One 1-0 to the Mariner catcher. The MVP of the Pacific League in 2003 in Japan. And he rips one down the left field line. That'll go into the corner. And Jojima has a 2-out double.
Well, just like last inning, in which they got the double play, and then Junior hit a double. This time, Jojima hits a double. He continues to get some pretty good swings against John Lackey. He's got some good numbers against him. So fastball out over the plate. John was behind in the count. Jojima was able to get the good part of the bat on it. Coming into the game, hit 360 against John Lackey. It's a double.
Now Josh Wilson up there. He struck out looking his first time up. The Mariners still don't have a hit in the 3 games here with runners in scoring position. It's a little tough to win if you're 0 for 17 in that category.
Yet the games have been close, though. I mean, so they pitched well. But still, you have to make some quality pitches in this spot here. You don't want to give up a run right away after your offense provided you with a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th.
Two and one. You saw the graphic on all the teams Wilson's played for this season. That's if you count AAA. He's been with Tacoma and Reno. He's been with the Diamondbacks, the Padres, and the Mariners, and that's all this season. And if you go on and take his entire career, this guy's been around quite a bit. Right back towards Lackey, past him. Kendrick behind second. And a retire the side. Good play by Howie Kendrick, and the Mariners leave Jojima at second. Still 2-0 Angels. BeWaterwise.com. A message from the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California and the family of Southern California water agencies. Bottom of the 5th inning at the Big A. It's been a well-pitched, well-played game. One home run tonight by Torii Hunter has been the difference so far. Kendry Morales leads off the bottom of the 5th. Kendry grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Nobody has more RBIs in the American League since the All-Star break than this guy. 48 since the break.
Just consistent swings each at bat.
That's on the ground right to the second baseman, Lopez. One out in the 5th. Fans, the Angels have an exciting ticket offer for this Sunday's game. You can get upper view and lower view box seats for just $3 and right field pavilion seats for as little as $10 when using the password Figgy at angelsbaseball.com or the ticket window here at the stadium. The White Sox will be in town for that game Sunday. They start their series here with the Angels tomorrow night. So hopefully,
young fans, they're going to be coming out this weekend. It's always fun when the White Sox come in town.
The ground ball base hit for Howie Kendrick, who is now 2 for 2 tonight. Just out of the reach of Beltre.
Now 13 for his last 25 at bats. Going to 7-game hit streak for Howie Kendrick. First time up in the ball up the middle for a base, and this time it's between third and short. Bad time to put some action on now with Mathis trusting to be able to put the ball in play, especially with Roland Smith. Very difficult to flat out steal against, so hit and run is a better option.
Mathis struck out his first time up. Good breaking ball for a strike. Colorado beat Cincinnati 5-1 today, and watch out for the Rockies. They've won 7 in a row. There's a ground ball to first base. Karp goes to second, and that's all they'll get on a slowly hit ball by Mathis.
Well, that was not an easy play, because that was ball at the end of the bat with a lot of English on that ball, but came in and got it, made a strong throw. Second to get the force out, the lead runner, which is the most important thing, but great play by Karp.
2 out with Mathis at first base and Figgins at the plate. Started to talk about the Rockies, Gooby. They're only 2 games out from the NL West.
Remember when they came into town to play the Angels at the Big A? We were talking about that. That was arguably one of the best teams we've seen all season. At that point, they were in the midst of a great run, 14-1 in 15 games
under Jim Tracy. And I thought, this looks like the team that'll probably get that NL wild card. But now they're only 2 games behind the Dodgers.
They can hit and they can field, and they're playing exceptional baseball under Jim Tracy.
Figgins is 0 for 2 tonight. Figgy still just above the 300 mark. He's hitting .302 as he stands in there. Ryan Roland Smith, he's almost matched Lackey pitch for pitch, but almost just gets him a 2-0 deficit because of the home run by Hunter. Lackey's outdueled him so far.
John Smith throwing the ball so well. That fastball locating inside out. The curveball has been outstanding.
Figgins hits one wide of third past Beltre. Wilson's able to get to it, but there's nobody he's going to throw out, especially not Figgins. So it's a single for Sean, 2 out, 2 on for the Angels.
Yeah, once that baseball got by Adrian Beltre at third base, no chance against Sean Figgins. Two-time Gold Glover and Adrian Beltre not able to make that play, but Josh Wilson showing some great range so far in this game. Makes the play, but unable to come up and make the throw.
Now Ibar, who's been on base twice with a single and a walk tonight. That single was a bunt single. Two 2-0 to Ibar. The pitch counts are pretty reasonable for both pitchers, given the way the game has gone. So this will be the 69th pitch of the night for Ryan Roland Smith here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Smith with the glasses. See, almost Kurt Rambis type glasses for Roland Smith, but he's been throwing the ball well. Last 2 times out, 8 innings pitched both times. Pitch count's gone up there, 113 and 106. So he's a guy that will go deep in the game, and with the pitch count right now, has an opportunity to do so.
He's behind on Ibar, 3-1 with 2 out and 2 on. Gets a strike on the outside part of the plate. Mathis and Figgins will be running on this pitch. Ibar chops it to short, and Wilson gets him. We have completed 5 innings at the Big A, and it's 2-0 Angels. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Top of the 6th, top of the order for the Mariners, Ichiro, who has struck out twice tonight. He's just 1 for 12. You rarely hold this guy down like that in a 3-game series. Pops that one foul.
You know, the Angels pitcher's done a great job as far as throwing fastballs inside, but they're trying to get him to swing and miss at curveballs in the dirt.
Been a very effective sequence of pitches against Ichiro so far in the series.
On the ground to shortstop. And Ibar retires Ichiro. John Lackey tonight. Half a dozen strikeouts and a shutout here in the 6th inning.
His stuff has been very good, but the defense has held him out with 2 key double plays after leadoff runners in that 4th and 5th innings were erased on that double play ball.
Franklin Gutierrez up there now. He has struck out and walked tonight. Good fastball. 0-2.
Boy, fastball inside, fastball on the outside corner. You're looking at John Lackey. We talked about Ian Snell with his. He had good stuff last night, but he took a lot of time in between pitches. John Lackey wasted no time whatsoever. Little fella's excited.
He sure is. He's thinking about that back to school kit we'll be giving away.
No question about it.
Oh boy, he's having a great time here tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Franklin Gutierrez. Full count, 3-2. On the ground, Figgins to his left. Another nice play by Sean. Fans, the Angels have a great ticket offer for tomorrow night's game. Fans can purchase upper view and lower view box seats for just $5. Or you can get right field pavilion seats for as little as $10. The password is college for tomorrow's game. AngelsBaseball.com or the ticket window here at the stadium. It'll work in both places. Jose Lopez takes ball 1. He is 0 for 2 tonight.
You know, John Lackey does have the 6 strikeouts, but he's got a lot of ground ball outs, a couple of them resulting in 2 outs on the ground ball. So he's done a solid job of working down in the strike zone and getting some ground balls.
And there's the fly ball, left field. But Juan Rivera is right there, and Lackey has the Mariners shut down through 6 innings now. It's 2-0 Halos on a beautiful night at the Big A.
cam. Fastball over the middle. Torrey centers it up, centers it out for a 2-run shot to left center field. Torii Hunter giving the Halos the 2-0 lead. That is our Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. What a day for Torrey so far.
And he'll be batting third in this inning after Abreu and Vladdy. Bobby Abreu has been up twice, and he's hit into double plays both times up. Bobby right now at 299 for the season. He hits that one right down the line toward the foul pole, but it hooks foul.
Sounded like it did break its bat, and he's going to get a new bat.
He hit that a pretty good distance for a broken bat.
Low curveball. Just out in front, just enough. Pull it foul.
That's down the left field line. But caught on the run by Bill Hall. Nice play by Hall down in the corner.
Baseball carried pretty well.
Yeah, it did. And even the broken bat hit carried. You know, I know from being around you, pitchers don't particularly care for it when a player breaks his bat and then banks one off the wall or hits it out.
Yeah, especially when you think you made your pitch. And then this is a pitch on the outside part of the plate. And hit that ball well, carried, and Bill Hall had to go all the way back to the warning track to make that play. Bobby at the right field and then hitting around the left field for the out.
Vlad Guerrero takes strike one. Vladdy's 1 for 2 tonight. One ball, one strike to Vlad. That one was hit hard.
Nice to see if Roland Smith comes inside on Vlad. That was a fastball. The outside part of the plate squared it up pretty well. He comes in, he makes a mistake, could be trouble. Try to go the curveball in the outside corner.
That pitch right there is one that Vladdy's not swinging at as much as he was even a week ago. That curveball in the dirt.
That's telling you he's starting to see the ball much better. Trying to fastball on the outside corner against Vlad.
And it's good enough to get him. Vlad strikes out swinging. 2 gone in the 6th with Torii Hunter coming up.
Well, he got him to swing at that fastball off the outside corner and above the belt. Stayed away. Didn't want to take that chance to come inside with the fastball. Smart decision by Roland Smith.
Torii Hunter has the 2-run home run that is the difference in this game so far. Torii 1 for 2 tonight. On the ground, base hit into right field. Tori's second hit. And that'll bring on Juan Rivera. Rivera has grounded out twice.
Juan hit that big home run in the bottom of the 8th. Give the Angels some insurance yesterday, right to dead center field. I feel that gets Juan going. He's been in a slump of late. Certainly a guy, when he's on fire, he can carry the club.
He's hit left-handers very well. He's hitting 366 against left-handed pitching. 1 ball, 1 strike to Juan Rivera. In the air to center field. Gutierrez is there to catch it and end the inning. We head to the 7th inning. 2-0 Angels. To that list. Ken Griffey Jr. takes strike 1 from Lackey. Lackey's been in pretty good command through 6 innings here tonight. Griffey rips one into the glove of Morales. Good play by Kendry. The Angels are really making the plays behind Lackey tonight.
What has been the most underrated aspect of this Angel club this season has been their defense. It's been outstanding. Great play by Kendry Morales. Full extension, gets that line drive. His juniors had 3 good at-bats against John Lackey tonight so far. But Kendry gets that lead out.
Adrian Beltre, 0 for 2. And hitting .259 with 5 home runs. One ball, 1 strike. Lackey with 6 strikeouts tonight. He's gotten a couple of double plays behind him. Two and two. A line shot to center, but that's where Torrey Hunter hangs out. That takes care of Beltre. It's time for the Cabot Woodstein legendary performance.
The Angels trying to get that 2009. Last year, 1 year ago today, the Angels had clinched that division last year, 2008, the earliest in the history of the club. Unbelievable last year when they just cruised on the way to a 100-win season.
Texas finished second, but it was no competition really. And the Angels are having to fight for it a lot more this year. Bill Hall up there at the plate for the Mariners, and he rifles a base hit into right field. He even with Lackey pitching a terrific game tonight, Hall is 3 for 3.
Boy, the defense has helped out the Angels in this inning so far. Keenan Brown's great play, Torrey Hunter nice play, but it's a good swing by Bill Hall, staying back, hitting that ball, going inside out swing, hitting the ball in the right field. Getting back to the battle here for the division title for the Angels, it's going to be tough. With the White Sox coming to town, then a real tough road trip. Only one off day the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's because of makeup games and just the way the schedule would have fallen anyway. It's been a grueling final month and a half. The Angels will play through the weekend here and then play a makeup game Sunday in New York, or a Monday in New York rather. Then go on to Fenway Park for 3 games, and from there to Texas for 3 more. There's once they get to the finish line, Gooby, how do you keep from being exhausted at the end of that?
Well, I think when you look at teams that go into the postseason, and the wild card clubs in both the American League and National League have had success because they've had to play meaningful games all the way up to the very end. And I think that's going to be the case for the Angels this year. It's not going to be easy getting in there, so you're going to have that focus, and I think a lot of times it's to your advantage to play those games with urgency all the way to the end, and that's going to be the case.
The Angels are in the midst of 50 games in 52 days, and that's a tough stretch, especially late in the season when you're already maybe a little bit tired. But they're going to have to find a way to stay fresh for the postseason, and that's a good way right there to get it out on the bases as Hall is gunned out by Mathis. And we get to the 7th inning stretch at the Big A. The Angels 2, the Mariners nothing.
Boy, how good is Jeff Mathis behind the plate, calling the game and throwing out would-be base runners.
Land Rover extraordinary play. Well, it's been John Lackey all night, Gooby.
Boy, that curveball getting a strikeout, locating that fastball on the inside part of the plate. Been dealing and also getting Ichiro, keeping him off the base. Adrian Beltre having some bad swings against John Lackey.
Land Rover designed for the extraordinary. Bottom of the 7th inning at the Big A, and Kendry Morales leading off. Taps one foul off the end of the bat. This is one of Lackey's better games all year.
When that look he has right now, he wants to go out there and be able to finish off what he started, and the way he's been throwing the baseball of late in the last 24 innings pitched. Only 1 earned run, including those 7 scoreless tonight.
Kendry came up empty on that one. So Kendry Morales is retired, leading off the bottom of the 7th. And Ryan Roland Smith has pitched pretty well also.
Said his best pitch is that changeup, and that's what that was on the outside part of the plate. Turn over the circle, changeup. Gets Kendrick out in front, and a swing and a miss. He has been very good.
Howie Kendrick has 2 hits. Well, the one he'd like to have back is the pitch he threw to Torrey Hunter.
Like Bill Hall against John Lackey, Howie's had some good swings against Roland Smith. He's got 2 hits already today. Looking to get his 3rd hit.
Two and 1 to Howie Kendrick. And that's right over the bag at third. Down the line, Howie is thinking double, and he will make it, standing up at second base. He's 3 for 3. Great to see Howie swinging the bat that way.
Base hit up the middle, base hit between short and third. Now a line drive double down to third base line. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, turned on it. Beltre, Gold Glover, is hoping ball would go foul. And Exmo replay shows that ball was going to get along down the line to get a double. Scoring position now for Jeff Mathis.
0-1 to Jeff, who has done everything right working with Lackey tonight, including throwing out Bill Hall to end the top of this inning. Broken bat behind second, base hit. Kendrick had to wait, so he'll get just to third base. Bloop single for Jeff Mathis. Runners on the corners for the Angels.
Well, you have to make sure if you're in that second base right now, the fastball on the inside jam. Jeff Mathis, Howie had to make sure that got to the outfield before he advanced. Mathis a base hit. So down Wakamatsu putting on a sign now with the man on third with 1 out. You never know. And so you can always put on that suicide squeeze.
And you're almost guaranteed here that the contact play is on. If Figgy hits the ball anywhere, Kendrick will be trying to score.
And that's exactly what Wakamatsu did. He put the pickoff on to see if there would be any movement, see if the hitter would give it up as far as going to possibly bunt. There's going to be some action on that play. That's a solid job by Wakamatsu putting on that pickoff.
Sean Kelly warming up for the Mariners. One and 0 to Figgy. One ball, 1 strike to Sean, who looks down at Dino Ebel. Dino comes about a third of the way down the line to give the signs, and now comes over to say something into the ear of Howie Kendrick. And the Mariners wanted to check again to see if the Angels would give something away.
Sean Figgins hitting 357 with runners in scoring position. That looked like they were thinking the lines. You're right, Rory. They were. I'm playing the Angels might have put something on.
One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 men on in the bottom of the 7th, and Mike Scioscia with the wheels spinning here, looking for another run or 2. And Wakamatsu wondering what's going on in that other dugout. Kenji Jojima talking it over with Roland Smith. So the wheels are really turning right now. Vladdy hoping he can get an at-bat this inning, but he's still a little bit down the list. One and 1 to Figgins.
Good fastball count for Sean Figgins to get a ball up, elevated, to be able to at least hit a fly ball to get the run across. Big run here for the Angels.
Figgy swings through it, strike two. The Angels with Kendrick at third, Mathis at first. This will be the 100th pitch for Ryan Rowland-Smith tonight. And he strikes Figgins out with it. That's a big strikeout.
He located that pitch very well. Turned over that changeup on the outside part of the plate, hit the corner. 66 of those 100 pitches have been in the strike zone, so he's been very solid tonight.
And has 5 strikeouts. Now Eric Ibar. First and third, 2 out. Ball 1. The Angels getting their 2 runs in the 4th inning on a home run by Torrey Hunter. And that has been it for either side. Two and 0. Two one to Ibar. Mathis to third base. He'll stop there. It's a double for Ibar, and it's 3-0 Angels.
What a huge at bat for Eric Ibar. Getting that run across. And right down the third base line once again, getting by the 2-time Gold Glover and Adrian Beltre. This time a changeup instead of running away on the outside corner, cut back inside. And Eric was able to get the hands in there and drive it down the line. Mathis picks it up, able to get in the third, thought about possibly even trying to score on that ball. Stayed at third base, especially with Bobby Abreu up at his 91 RBIs on the season.
Bobby Abreu 0 for 3 tonight. But the Angels getting 1 insurance run at least here in the bottom of the 7th. To the second baseman Lopez. And the Angels settle for 1, but as we go to the 8th inning, John Lackey working on a shutout now has a 3-0 lead. That and Torrey Hunter's 2-run homer have given the Angels 3 runs, and meanwhile Lackey has stifled the Mariners. Torrey hit the 2-run shot back in the 4th inning. Mike Karp leading off the 8th inning for Seattle. On the ground to Morales. Hembry goes to the bag. You're right, Gooby. He's had a lot of ground ball outs. John Lackey, with the strikeout pitch and the ground ball outs, has really had a good outing.
Yeah, he's had that good curveball, which when he's throwing that ball well, is down in the zone, get a lot of ground balls. He's also thrown a lot of good two-seam sinking fastballs. You know, the 6 strikeouts. Strikeouts are great, but it's the ability to get the ground ball and trusting your defense, and the defense has been outstanding tonight for the Angels.
Kenji Jojima for the Mariners. Seattle has 5 hits, 3 of them by Bill Hall. And Lackey, now having thrown 94 pitches, you know he'd like to get the final 5 outs himself right here. He's ahead of Jojima, 0-2.
We talked about what John has done: 10 ground ball outs, 5 fly ball outs, and then the 6 strikeouts. Well, just look at his look. Not wasting any time between pitches. Almost got that inside corner, that 0-2 pitch at 92.
He thought he might have had it. 1-2 to Jojima. Behind third, Figgins. Another good play by Sean Figgins. And that draws a smile even from Figgy.
So now you see John Lackey just throwing excellent pitch after excellent pitch. Curveball in the dirt there. Ryan Rowland-Smith doing a solid job too, getting some strikeouts. That changeup fastball, but it's one mistake. The pitch didn't get in it quick. And now on Torrey Hunter, hits it out for a 2-run homer. Then Ibar did his job too. That was a Jaguar performance. Both starting pitchers outstanding.
Josh Wilson takes strike 1.
You see a performance right there at John Lackey so far in this game, throwing up some zeros in 7 2/3 innings pitched. With 99 pitches.
And you can check out the new R Performance vehicles at your local Jaguar dealer or on JaguarUSA.com. It's 0-2 to Josh Wilson. The 100th pitch from Lackey tonight, and he gets his 7th strikeout of the night. He has the M's shut out through 8 and a 3-0 lead in front of 37,400. our In-N-Out Burger who's in, who's out. Sean Kelly is in relief for Ryan Rowland-Smith. Kelly's 4-2 this year for the Mariners. Right-hander who is 25 years old. Has done a pretty good job for the M's out of the bullpen.
Above average fastball, 91 to 96. Also a good slider.
He gets strike one to Vladdy. Kelly made his major league debut on the 10th of April this year in Oakland. First batter he faced was Mark Ellis. He struck him out. He's 1-1 to Vlad Guerrero. Two balls, two strikes to Vladdy. So as of now, Doobie, it's a save situation. But Lackey doesn't look like he's going anywhere, does he?
Well, if I'm Mike Scioscia, I'm not even going near him right now. John Lackey's focused. He's dealing. And as you can see, there's no one going near John Lackey here in the dugout. It's his game right here now to go out there to start that ninth.
Vladdy fouls one away. The Angel bullpen is quiet. He's kind of a throwback. If you tried to take him out right now, he might not take it real well. There's one hit in the air to center field, and Gutierrez makes the catch to retire Vladdy. Fans, don't miss out on exciting Angels baseball, followed by a tremendous fireworks show when the Angels host the White Sox tomorrow night. Tickets for this game are available in the upper view and lower view box for just $5. No, they didn't start early. That's a preview of tomorrow night. And the right field pavilion as low as $10. The password is college at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window. Tomorrow's Big Bang Friday.
Oh, their fireworks are outstanding on Friday nights here at the Big A.
Torrey Hunter up there at the plate. Torrey hits one in the air to center field, and Gutierrez will take care of two in a row. Two down in the bottom of the eighth. Time now for the U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. And there's Orlando Mercado with a smile on his face. He really hasn't had to do too much tonight, but he did break in with the Mariners and hit a grand slam home run in his first at-bat ever.
I don't know if you get much better than that. First hit, a grand slam.
He and Edwin Nunez made up the youngest battery of all time.
What about a great human being, Orlando? He's awesome.
Juan Rivera, the batter, takes a strike on the outside corner. Two out in the bottom of the eighth. The Mariners have gotten some pretty good pitching in this series, but they're 3 outs away from being swept in the series.
Well, the Angels starters have been going on a tremendous roll since Scott Kazmir came aboard. It'll be a 12th game in a row in which they've hit the way Mike Scioscia had envisioned this club pitching. Mike Scioscia said earlier that this is the best 5-man rotation he's ever had.
The Seattle Mariners in this series with runners in scoring position, they've gone 0 for 18. So the Angel pitchers are getting some clutch outs. Weaver won the game last night. Lackey has a shutout through 8 tonight. The count 2-2 to Rivera. Lackey waiting to go out there and get the final three. There's Weaver, the winning pitcher of last night's ball game. And then tomorrow night with the White Sox in town, Joe Saunders will be on the mound.
Joe has thrown the ball very well since coming back from the DL. You know, we can talk about the offense not quite clicking like it did in the month of August, but it doesn't matter. W's are the most important thing, and also getting your starting rotation in line, and it's been outstanding.
Rivera checked up on that one. Full count, 3-2 to Juan Rivera. When the Mariners hit in the ninth inning, they have the top of the order coming up. The Angels have out-hit Seattle 10-5 tonight. Three and two to Juan Rivera. And Kelly gets him. The Angels go down in order. But now we head for the ninth inning. They're pulling for Lackey to finish it off and get the sweep of the Mariners. It's been John Lackey shutting him out for 8 tonight. And Torrey Hunter's 2-run home run, plus an RBI for Ibar and a 3-0 Angel lead. Visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. Ichiro has been held to 1 hit in the 3 games.
How impressive, too, for John Lackey. His last 3 games, 25 innings pitched, 1 earned run.
He's ahead of Ichiro, 1-2. He's already struck him out twice tonight.
Well, you try that curveball once again to get Ichiro to swing over top of it.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Ichiro. Line drive, right field. Abreu makes the catch. Ichiro hit it hard, but it's out number 1 in the 9th inning.
Well, when you're throwing strikes, throwing effectively, you're going to get those great defensive plays behind you. And John Lackey, with 7 career shutouts, he's already had 3 so far in his career against Seattle, trying to get number 4.
If he gets it, he'd have 8 shutouts, and half of them would be against the Mariners. Franklin Gutierrez at the plate for Seattle. Pop foul out of play. In the air to right field again. This time Bobby Abreu drifts to the line. 2 outs. Boy, he has put on some kind of performance tonight, hasn't he?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's been hitting his spots, and a lot of that credit's got to go to Jeff Mathis, what he's done behind the plate, working with John Lackey. Coming into the game, the two together, with Mathis behind the plate, an ERA at 2.70. And you throw an 8 2/3 shutout so far, and you can see why they're in such good sync together.
Here is Jose Lopez. Ball 1. Jose's 0 for 3 tonight. One and one.
Prime example. Look at Mathis. Set up on the outside corner. Gives John Lackey the target. Didn't even have to move. Hit the glove right on the spot at 91.
2-1 to Lopez. John Lackey trying to wrap up a 5-hit shutout right here. And a sweep of the series for the Angels. And a half-game pickup on the Rangers, who were idle tonight. This would give the Angels a 5-game lead in the West as Lopez fouls it back. And the Mariners are down to their last strike. And 37,412 now standing for Lackey and the Angels right here. It's been a dominating performance. Whoa, and he hit him with the pitch. That may be the last thing you expected right there.
Now, I'm pretty sure John Lackey was not trying to throw and hit Jose Lopez. I know it doesn't feel good when you get hit with that pitch in the inside corner, but you can see John Lackey say, like, I'm not trying to hit you. Trust me. I'm trying to get a shutout. I know it doesn't feel good.
So now he'll pitch to Junior with 2 out and a man on. And Griffey fouls it back out of play. All zeros for Seattle. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Strike 2 to Junior. Lopez took second uncontested there. And it's 0-2. Griffey steps out. Popped him up. Kendry Morales in foul territory, and the ball game is over. John Lackey gets his 8th career shutout tonight. Half of them against the Mariners. The Angels lead the West by 5. They sweep Seattle out of the Big A. Just